Welcome to the Subscription Box Basics podcast. I am Renee, your marketing coach here, and I am here with Julie, our head coach. And today we are talking about something that we are super fired up for, and we hope you will be joining us. We are talking about our retreat in October, Box Besties Live Retreat.
I'm even in my beach hat and I've got a cold beverage with me. So I am channeling my beach vacay vibes.
We cannot wait, and we hope you can join us. So if you are at all curious, we want you to listen to this podcast episode. We are going to spill some of the details. We are going to leave some things a little secretive, so you'll want more, but Julie, let's dive in. We've mentioned it before, but should we tell everyone where we are heading October 2nd through 4th of this year?
Yeah, definitely. So we are going to sunny Fort Lauderdale in Florida, and it is the Margaritaville Resort. This is so on brand, such a vibe. We've been to this resort a couple times, Renee and I have, and we just fell in love with this resort. It's at Hollywood Beach, right in Fort Lauderdale, so it's super easy to get to. And yes, it is Jimmy Buffett themed, but you don't have to be a Jimmy Buffett fan to enjoy the pool and the restaurants. And everything you need in a resort is there. It's beachfront. There's a spa and shopping. There's a coffee shop. Rooftop
you
pool.
Can walk across. Yes, an adult only pool too. Yeah, no shoes, no shirt, no problem.
That's right.
A giant flip-flop when you check in at the lobby. Yeah.
Oh, we love this resort. Let's talk about some of the reasons why we chose Margaritaville in Fort Lauderdale. One, it's super easy to get to. It is very close to both the Fort Lauderdale or the Miami airport. And once you get to this resort, everything that you need is right there. You don't have to worry about leaving at a certain time to make sure that you're there for the welcome reception or, getting an Uber to go to dinner or whatever. Once you arrive for the retreat, you can just get comfortable. Everything you need is right there.
And we should mention too, when we went, we stayed somewhere else. And then when we went to go visit Margaritaville, we were like, oh, why didn't we stay here? So we knew that's how we really knew. We were like, this is glorious. We stayed at a glorious hotel too, but we were like, this is glorious. This is where we have to have our retreat at.
Yeah. So the whole idea behind this retreat is creating this blend of work and play. You guys know our mantra is work hard, play hard. And being able to create an event where both of those things happen is just what we believe is the best way to do business. We're going to give you the dedicated time, space, and mentorship you need to experience massive leaps in your business and mindset. We're going to talk a little bit later about what's going to happen at the retreat, like what workshops we're going to do. But we wanted to just really dial in first and tell you about this amazing resort.
And like Julie said, we are doing Margaritaville, so you will not have to leave. And we have a block of rooms specific for our retreat attendees. We're all going to be able to be at the resort together, do masterminding by the pool together, which we'll talk more about in a minute. But there will be opportunities for us to all stay in Margaritaville together, but also for you to retreat to your room when you need to just kind of rest and relax and recharge.
Let's talk about what's going to happen, because this really isn't your typical work conference. Obviously, we're calling it a retreat. So there's the difference between a conference and a retreat. We love conferences too, but they typically are jam-packed from, the moment you wake up to right after dinner, with all kinds of sessions, expo halls, all the things that can be helpful. But we're trying to create a different experience here. We want to create room for flow and creativity. We want to be in beautiful surroundings, not in a conference room, but rather at the beach, beachfront, have beautiful sunshine and the ocean right there. I don't know about you, but when I take the time to step away from my office or step away from my to-do list, I just get filled with creativity. It's almost like that white space, and you have room for creativity. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 1,000,000%. I feel like, and this is two elements that exactly like you said, I feel like if I'm on vacation, that's when my mind's like, oh my goodness, because I'm inspired by something or have the freedom to think, but then also surrounded by people that you can just knock ideas off of too.
Yes.
So I feel like that's the other thing for me, even no matter where it is, even if it's online, when you and me start flowing or jamming or throwing ideas back and forth, I feel like that's when we really come up with these amazing ideas. And we're taking that idea and adding more people into the mix in a small retreat setting, and then adding the beautiful beach in Margaritaville on top of it too. So it really is the perfect combination to just hopefully leave you inspired at the end of the year to move into holiday season, to move into the new year, just really get what you need for moving forward and continuing to make your business even better.
Oh, I'm so excited. So let's just break down each day.
Okay.
So as Renee mentioned, it's October 2nd through the 4th. So that's a Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday. This way you can use Sunday as a travel day if you want to get there early, but you can also use Monday as the travel day. So we're not going to even start till later in the evening on Monday. So on your arrival day, you're going to have plenty of time to relax. You can meet some of your new box besties, but you're going to have time throughout the day to get comfortable, decompress, lounge at the pool, order room service, whatever you want to do. Because we're going to start that evening with a welcome reception. And that's, of course, when you can get your swag bag. You know, we can't have an event without having a swag bag, right?
Oh, must needed. And
Yes.
our swag bags always like to go with the theme and where we are. So not only will the swag bags have relevant stuff that will help you move your business forward, but I have a feeling we're still brainstorming all of the details, but I have a feeling there'll be very Florida and Margaritaville themed touches in there as well.
Yes. Yes. Okay. The idea behind the welcome reception is so that you can meet the other participants, you can get to know each other. And that way, the next morning, we're able to start fresh, ready to roll, ready to take some action with the workshops that we do. So that welcome reception is just going to be fun, laid back. You'll get your swag bag. We'll have some drinks of choice, and it's going to be just so much fun.
And that allows also for day one, you to have a little time to get a lay of the land too, and really visit everything that Margaritaville has to offer, go for a little walk back and forth on the boardwalk area. So really we felt it was important to start day one a little later in the day to either accommodate you if you're traveling, or really give you the free space to make yourself comfortable. If you're meeting with roommates, get to know your roommates a little bit too. So day one will be that second half of the day, like Julie said, and then we'll dive into day two. And day two will be where the full day of action happens. And if you know Julie and I at all, we're not talking 7 a.m. start time. We'll still allow you to sleep in more than you would probably if you were at home.
Yeah. You guys know that I'm not a morning person, especially when we're at the beach. But if you are, then that's fine too. You can go do some yoga on the beach or grab yourself some coffee. Once we get started, we are going to have some hands-on workshops. One of the things that we want to avoid with our event is you learning tons of stuff and then feeling overwhelmed and then you don't do anything with it. That's not what you're going to do here. We're going to have some hands-on workshops, and a couple of the topics that we're going to be covering are mindset. We all know how important mindset is. And when you're running a business like a subscription box, it is just a different ball game because of the cyclical nature of it. And so you're going to be surrounded by people that are going to be able to not only help you with your mindset, but also just being able to share your story with others, hearing other people share how they get through things. It's just going to be so impactful. I know it. Mindset challenges can stop us from our success. They can stop us from taking action. So that's why it's important and why we want to cover it.
Another workshop we are planning is a hands-on video creation workshop. And this will not be one where you need any fancy equipment. This is going to be video using your mobile device, using your cell phone. So it'll be something where you can get comfortable in front of the camera, set it up with a tripod that you can take with you on the go or use in your office. This will be something that you start to feel more comfortable editing. whether you use it for Reels or Instagram or Facebook. We're going to get you leaving the retreat feeling more comfortable on video than when you started. And we're going to give you the tools and the inspiration to jump in front of that camera more often.
It's so important to get comfortable with video work, because not only does it allow you to show up for your customers and your subscribers, it's great for marketing. It's hot with Instagram Reels. We're going to show you some really easy ways to do this type of video. So I cannot wait to dive in. Again, that's going to be hands-on. And then another workshop that we're going to have is going to be hosted by a special guest, and we're not going to spill the beans yet, but I will tell you, it is a planning workshop that is going to be so impactful. She's going to provide you with some tools and resources and training to help you plan. And it's perfect timing because the event is in October, and that's Q4. That is like game on when it comes to running a subscription box business or any sort of product-based business. You need to make sure you're planning in advance for that holiday season and how you're going to handle it. So we thought it was the perfect time to do a planning session.
And I think so many times as business owners, you say, I'm going to plan, I'm going to look forward, I'm going to set aside that time to do this. And it never happens, or you aren't able to fully devote time to that. So coming to this retreat and having that time to actually do it, because like we said, our workshops are going to be hands-on. We're going to allow that time to actually do the work and do the planning too, is worth the price of admission alone and worth your time coming to Florida, because you'll actually carve out the time to do it and you'll actually do it.
And it's so important too that you're going to be surrounded by peers and mentors that you can ask questions. And that's when you can really take massive action. We're going to really move the needle. So I think that is one of the things that I love most about events, is being surrounded by the right people who get it, who get my industry and my business, and I can ask questions. You guys know that Renee and I are open books, so we will be there. In fact, one of the sessions that we're talking about doing is an Ask Me Anything session. And so I saw this happen at a past event. It happened at Ultimate Product Party, and I fell in love with it. It was an AMA, Ask Me Anything session, but it was anonymous. So we're going to basically allow our retreat attendees to write down any questions they have, and we'll put them in a box because it's a subscription box retreat, right? So we will take those questions, and then Renee and I will answer them, and they will be anonymous. You don't have to even put your name on the question unless you want specific feedback for you. So I think that's going to be really fun. And in the afternoon, we're planning to do Masterminding by the pool. I mean, does it get any better than that? This is a time where you can really let your guard down, relax, and just have amazing conversation about the box industry, about your box business. No question is bad. Every question we'll do our best to answer. So Masterminding by the pool, I think, is going to be one of my favorite activities.
I agree. And I think having this group of people together, not only for this event, but it's so beneficial. And we've already seen this with our first cohort of Box Besties, is you're making relationships, especially in person at this retreat, that won't just last those 3 days. They're going to carry on. They're going to last. You're going to find accountability partners, which is so important, to just have someone to lean on, or to have someone to check in on you and be like, hey, I remember you said at the retreat, you're going to do this in Q4. Have you done it yet? Yeah. So you're really finding those besties, where it sounds so cheesy, but Julie and we met each other at a live event. So we know this works. We know we weren't even searching out for each other. So finding those people and having the space to curate and meet your people, we really truly believe that you're going to make connections that will last you for months and years to come.
On that note, I think, Renee, you and I should commit to making sure everybody leaves with at least one accountability partner or box bestie, whatever you want to call it. That way, at the end of the event, we can check in with everyone and say, okay, who are you going to pair up with to help each other out, to give support? And it doesn't have to be just one-to-one. We've been in peer masterminds or peer-led groups that have had 4 people, 6 people, So I think that will be one of our commitments. What do you think?
I love it. I love that idea. And I think it's so important. And I think it'll naturally just happen, but I think it'll be important for us to make sure it happens.
Yes. Okay. So we commit that to you guys. So then moving on to day 3, we are going to finish up around noon. So that's Wednesday. And so if you want to catch a flight on the way out, that could definitely work. You could use that as your travel day, or you could hang out for a little longer and add a little bit of more play to the back end of this business retreat. But on the last day, we are going to continue taking action because, again, we don't want you to feel overwhelmed when you leave. So we're carving out some time to implement some of these tactics, doing some more of these masterminding sessions, but we want you to leave with this sense of accomplishment, a renewed excitement for your business, and feeling prepared for the holiday season.
And if you're looking for the play and you need ideas, you're in the right spot because Fort Lauderdale is full of things. I know Julie and I have rode little pedicabs before. Margaritaville has a beautiful spa. When I take red-eye flights for business, I tell myself and I tell my family that I earn a spa treat because I had a long overnight flight. So I've gotten pedicures before, I've done spa treatments. So factor in some time for self-care as well if you need to. Day 3 will be the second half of the day is yours to travel home if you need to, but to take care of yourself because you need to do that too.
Yeah. And if you just want to hang out at the hotel, your hotel room actually includes a few of those amenities. It's beachfront. So part of what you get with your room is 2 beach chairs and 1 umbrella on their beachfront property. And so you can go out there and you can sip a beverage. They do have bar service out there. Your room also includes Wi-Fi, 24-hour fitness center. It includes beach bike rental, bottled water in your room, as well as coffee. So there's so many little amenities already built into the room reservation. And one of the things that I really love about the location of Margaritaville is it is directly on that boardwalk. And so if you go, you can go out onto the boardwalk, turn right, and there's tons of restaurants and tons of shopping. Turn left, there's more restaurants and more shopping and rooftop bars, and there's actually a pavilion out there too, where they oftentimes have live music. So we have some special activities built into the cost of your ticket, and we're not going to spill all those details yet, but I'm really excited. We are planning some things there and definitely going to have some almost like team building type things. So we get to know each other more and we get to feel really comfortable around each other.
And I think it's also worth mentioning on here that our attendees will get to join a Facebook group before the retreat. And so you'll start to make those connections as soon as you purchase your ticket. So you'll start to reach out and see if there's someone who wants to bunk up and be a roommate. You'll really start to get to know other people and their subscription boxes. So by the time you get to Florida in October, you'll already feel like you know everyone who's attending, and you'll just have a reunion in person.
And this is a small group retreat, so we're limiting the number of tickets. It's not going to be one of those huge events where you don't actually get to know a lot of people. You're going to have really meaningful conversation, and that's going to start in the Facebook group. So let's recap everything that your ticket includes. So when you buy your ticket, you're going to get 1 spot at the retreat, including access to all the sessions, the workshops, and all the group activities. You're going to get our special retreat swag bag filled with goodies. You're going to get the private Facebook community so that you can connect with other people. You may even find a roomie in there if you want to bunk up with someone. We're going to have that pre-event, and then we're going to leave it open post-event so that there is a common space where you can connect and reconnect. You're going to get the support system that you've been craving because we know it can get really lonely running a business on your own.
And then, but wait, there's more. So for your bonuses, you are going to get an exclusive interview on the Subscription Box Basics podcast. That is what you are listening to right now. You will get to be a guest on the podcast, and either Julie or myself will interview you. And then you'll also get a guest post on our blog. So this is a really cool opportunity because not only will we talk a little bit about you and you being an attendee at the retreat, but we'll also get to plug your subscription box and get to tell all of our visitors to our blog about your box as well.
It's a great opportunity for visibility. It will link back to your website, which we all know is good for SEO. So these are the things that people will spend time to go out and pitch, but we're giving you guys this as your bonus for joining us at the Box Besties retreat. So you're probably wondering how much it costs. The price of the retreat ticket is $9.97, and we will offer a payment plan if that's what you need to get your butt there. But we want to give you an early bird special. So we are offering $300 off your retreat ticket if you register and buy that ticket by July 10th of this year. After July 10th, the price is going to go up. So you want to take that opportunity to save that $300. Now, I need to make it clear that the retreat ticket does not include your travel. So after you buy your retreat ticket, you're going to get an email with all the details of next steps on how to book your room using our special discounted price in our Box Besties retreat room block.
And you'll also be able, if you are using travel days before or after the event, that room block will be extended. So you'll get that special rate for a few days before the event if you need it, or a few days after the event if you need it. So if you are adding on extra days to have fun or take care of yourself, you'll get that special rate before and after as well because of the room block.
Nice. Guys, this is something that you don't want to miss. There's nothing like this right now in the subscription box industry. I hope we've painted the picture of what this retreat and what the actual venue looks like. If you go to subscriptionboxbasics.com/retreat, you can get all of your questions answered. There's a little FAQ section at the very bottom of the page. There's also a link to the venue if you want to go scope it out and see what the rooms look like. It is just a breath of fresh air when you see these rooms. And trust us, we've been to this resort before, and it is breathtaking with the rooftop terrace and the pool, with the beachfront access, with just the beautiful rooms. It's just, I can't think of a better place for this retreat for us.
I was just going to say, when we went a few years ago, what was it, 3-4 years ago, we were like, one day we're going to hold an event here. One day we'll come back. And then when we went back last year to check it out, we're like, how can we make this happen? We have to have a retreat here. So it really is the perfect location. It's been on our mind since the start of, before it was even, we're going to have an event. We are like, we're going to do something at Margaritaville. So here we are. We cannot wait for you guys to join us. If you have any questions at all, Julie and I are here to answer them. You could either find us, if you're on that retreat page on our website, there is a chat feature, so you can reach out to us there. Or if you go to our Instagram at Subscription Box Basics, you can DM us there, ask any questions. Both Julie and myself are in both places, so we can get you the answers that you need to hopefully see you at the event.
Yeah, we want to make sure you feel good about this decision to come to the retreat, to pour into yourself and to others in this mastermind. And so we are going to walk you through any questions you have. Again, go to subscriptionboxbasics.com/retreat. That link is also in the show notes, but do it now, because the early bird special of saving $300 on your retreat ticket ends on July 10th. So guys, don't miss out. Head there now, and we will see you in Fort Lauderdale.
See you there. Bye.
Bye.